Today, our topic is why, when men get into a relationship, they behave as though they are still searching. So we have two special guests with us today. We have Jay with us today. How are you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing?
Doing all right, doing all right. And we have another guest who you've seen before who came back today with us, Lady Badass.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing today?
We're excited to this spicy topic.
It's very spicy. Oh, we got something for you. And we also have our co-host tonight, Mr. Patrick.
Hey guys, thank you, Bonali. We're here today again to have fun with you guys. So, yeah, absolutely. We're ready to talk with each other's brain as every Sunday we're here to do it. So let's go.
Okay. Before we begin, we're going to ask the guests a little bit about themselves to share a little bit of stories and background so we get to know them. And then we're going to start with the topic. We'll start with Jay.
Okay, my name is Jay. Go by Jeremy as well, whichever you prefer. Born and raised in New Jersey. Come from a Jamaican and Panamanian household. I've worked in sales for many years, and I currently help manage a doctor's office in the area in North Jersey as well too. Very excited to be here, share my perspective. Big fan of a lot of what you guys talk about, and happy to be here.
Happy to have you. And we have Lady Badass.
I'm back. Thank you for having me, guys. Just a little background. I like the spicy topics, and I'm always into it. So I want to have what is it? Argument over this, women versus men. So yeah, that's it.
And we have the perfect arrangement today.
Yes, we're
It's two
balanced.
versus
We're
two.
balanced.
Good
Yes.
debate. Good debate. Okay, so we'll let the men start on this one. I mean, we always, ladies first and all, but we're gonna let the men go on this one. We'll start with our special guest, Jay. Why when men get into a relationship, they behave as though that they are still searching?
Well, first of all, with the question, I would probably need you guys to be a little bit more specific because when I first hear the question, it speaks to me as possibly like an individual because when I think about men that I know, specifically men that I know in general, that's usually when they're in a relationship. I won't say necessarily they're all in, but when you say still looking, that speaks to me about something different. Usually men who get into relationships, they're in there and maybe somewhere through the process of getting to know that person, later on maybe things don't go the way they wanted to and they may have a wandering eye, but to go into a relationship and still have the idea of looking around, that's not something I usually see too often.
Okay, so that's exactly what I mean. Maybe that speak to you as wandering eye, keeping their options open. It's mainly because, like, to that aspect of it is when men get into a relationship, see they don't see it as okay. I'm gonna put both feet in.
Okay.
They put one foot in and one foot out, and so that way when things go wrong, it's like okay, I just have to take a step back. Boom.
Okay. Once,
Well,
well, once again, when I think about men, I don't often see that with them specifically. The reason why is because generally, if you take one man who looks one way and one woman who looks one way, usually, like let's say similar attractiveness or whatever you want to throw in there, usually men have a lot less options. So when a man decides to be in a relationship with a woman, I feel like it's either one or two reasons. It's either because he's really into that woman, right? And somebody who's had his eye on for a while, or is usually because he doesn't have a lot of other options.
Okay.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
Yes.
So, and to speak on that, if he doesn't have a lot of options, he's probably going to try to keep that woman around as long as he can. But if he's into her and the relationship turns out to be everything he wants it to be, then usually there's not a lot of benefit, I want to say, outside of like emotional comfort, emotional stability for a man to be in a relationship, because the attention that he could seek possibly outside of that could be a lot better. So if I'm saying I'm going to put that lifestyle aside and be in a relationship with someone who I really care about, I tend to see men who are usually pretty committed to that process. They don't usually
Search around.
try to go outside of that unless there's something that's not fulfilled there.
Okay.
I want to say.
All right. We're gonna give Patrick.
Already. All right. So the question is, if I understand, is why when men get into a relationship, they behave as if they still searching. It's very complex, to my opinion. I would say no. The reason why I say no, like you stated, it depends of what kind of relationship are you in. You know, there's different type of relationship. There is situationship, as it's pretty popping. People talk about that a lot. There's situation as of like friend with benefit and so forth. So now, if you're in a relationship where it's not a serious relationship, either or the man or the woman can be looking elsewhere, because what we have in it's not something that's sold. It's not something that's pretty, respectful, I would say, or both of us are on the same page as of like, hey, we're just doing this, but we still can look elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Like a mutual agreement.
Yeah, like a mutual agreement. But also, if you in a serious relationship, I do not see the reason why for a man to keep searching. That means you're still not finding what you're looking for. I would respect a man more if you in a search to let the woman know, you're in a search. You don't have to be with someone and then still searching for somebody else. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say no. I don't believe with that statement. Yet again, it depends on the type of relationship are you in.
Okay, I could take that. And we have Michelle for us.
So I feel like to a certain extent they still do look, because at the same time it's like, they could be in a relationship, but like Jay said, sometimes it's just beneficial on their end to a certain aspect. So like, I'm with this person because I don't know, I'm physically attracted to the person, or I have really no one else. But at the end of the day, you are still like searching on the side, or if you're walking out, like, like, oh yeah, maybe there's a potential here, or someone comments to your comments on like social media or anything, like, oh, maybe this there, but like, oh yeah, but I still have my girlfriend. So there still is that like search in a way, to an extent.
I do. I agree. And when in the aspect, when I think about this statement, when I was actually thinking about it, why it would be a good topic. The reason being is that when men in a relationship, or versus when women in a relationship, when a woman decided after everyone who they've been texting and flirting with or whatnot, they make that decision. They pick you. Mm-hmm. It's like they are full on pick you, right? However, when men get into the relationship, and it could be because they don't have a lot of options, so they pick that person. Okay, I don't have room, I don't, and options to me, if I'm understanding correctly, it's just like what they're looking for, the quality in women they are looking for, correct? Not just because from what I understand, we have a lot more women than men. Mm-hmm. Correct, Jay?
Right.
Okay, so the quality. So when they don't have that option and they find that one good one, it's always, I'm going to pick this one until I find someone better. So that's why go ahead.
What type of man are you talking about?
I'm just
I was wondering that too.
Yeah, because you talking about a boy, someone who's confused, who don't know what he wants. The idea of you guys believe this is how men think or how we process relationship. It's so wrong. So, but go ahead.
Do you agree that most men have that fear of commitment?
Fear of commitment?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
As opposed to when it comes to women, they're like, I'm ready.
Like
kind of
what
is
before we say that, what is commitment
like
to
to
you?
a relationship,
to a relationship?
that
To be
full-on
with
I
one
don't
person.
think so. I think like if you're a man, you should know what you want. And you should be clear to whatever things that you're doing with a woman, as of like if whatever relationship you get into.
Well,
You should put her like in a clear perspective as of like, hey, this is what we're doing. I'm not here for nothing serious. I'm here to have a great time with you. If you with it, if you're bored, let's get it.
But how about if you have like two people like that you're kind of talking to?
Two people I'm talking to.
Yeah, because
They're
men do
hoping for
that.
better
Men
see
can
it.
Well,
entertain.
let's not
like
just say
one or
men.
two. Okay, fine.
Let's
men
just
or
let's just
women
not
can
say
entertain.
men. I
But,
mean,
like the focus is the
you
men.
do
so,
know
like,
you do know women get more attention than men. You do know that, right?
Yeah, but when you have the two like, you know, two contestant, I guess, or two women that are like, you know, that you're finding mutual likings or anything like that, like what do you do then? Like,
you kind of describing a quote unquote a woman world to me.
not a woman
Because
world,
you
but
guys have
men-
so
men
much
can do
attention,
that.
as of like you can be in a relationship, but you still have dudes out there
But you're
hitting
still
on
no,
you.
but like
You know
you're
what?
not
Like
telling me that
men
there's
don't
two-
really, we
you
don't
know
really
what?
have we
You
don't
know
really
what?
have women hitting on us. And this is something that don't happen.
You
We
know-
we hit on women. Women
But
don't
you know
really
why?
hit on us.
You know why women have a lot of men hitting on them?
Why
Because
is that?
those who are in a committed relationship still searching. They
Yep.
still party it out, and they'll go out in a club. They have their woman at home, and
But
then they
they
find
still-
this little
yeah.
shiny little thing. It's like I'm gonna
so
buy.
you're
I'm
telling
gonna
me
take
when
Well,
you
that's
go
not accurate,
when
what
you
you
go
just said.
when you go out, like you're not looking.
Looking. What is looking for you? Like I mean, no
like
one is
if
blind.
someone's like, oh wow, that's really nice. Like you would not think that in your head, like, oh wow, like I wonder if like there's potential there.
No, I don't think a real man will think about potential. I mean, if you
But
see
you
if
still
you see a
like you still
creature,
kind of like think that doesn't come through your head sometimes when you're like out in a party or you're out partying with you guys or anything like that. You're like, oh wow, like that girl's really cute. Like
oh yeah, you
you
can
still-
say that. There's
But you don't think,
there's
like,
no scene
beyond
with that.
that,
The
like-
same way a woman can say that. Listen, this dude is very attractive.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
It's-
even
it's
that.
the
You
action
guys
behind it.
engage, Though.
But
you
you-
guys engage.
you
But
can
you don't know
engage.
that. How do you know we
do.
engage?
because you're engaging, because the minute you're in that
We
little
experiencing
fling
it.
there, yeah,
You
I've
don't think-
experienced
when we
it.
get you just said it yourself, right? We get the attractions.
Yes.
Don't we? But we don't. You don't think we know? Sometimes you guys are in a committed relationship. You don't think we know? And that's one thing. It is the audacity. Sometimes they know we know that they're in a relationship, but yet
And you're still triggered and curious.
Jay, save me here.
Yeah, no, I'm listening before I
He's
respond.
jotting the notes. He's
Okay.
like, let me come after these girls.
So not even. It's just I want to be fair here with this. I think we're having a layered conversation, but I want to address what was said most recently. I want to say that men often see this phenomenon. I think any man can relate to this. The difference between when you're single and when you're taken. Men who are taken tend to get much more attention from women than men who are single. Now, whether you're looking for that attention or not is a different story. But it's interesting because we always think, we laugh about it among each other, like, how do they know? How do they know I'm in a relationship? Because all of a sudden, I wasn't getting this attention when I was single, but all of a
I'm
sudden,
always curious in that part too.
I'm in a relationship and all these women are coming up. Whether they know I'm in one or not, it's like they just know. So I was seeing something about that earlier too, funny enough. So I think he was a psychologist, but he was talking about it might be because of how secure that man may feel. He may not be looking for that woman's attention, and women may pick up on that. Why is he not acting like all the other men here? He's securing himself in the sense of he has a woman at home who he knows for sure, or probably should know for sure, that wants him. So it's a difference between a man who maybe is a little more desperate. He's going out there looking for other women's attention. He wants to be wanted by somebody else. He at least knows that somebody else wants him. And I think that might be something that women pick up on. Now, at the same time, though, like what you're saying, there are women who know you guys are hip to the game sometimes.
we're psychic.
Whether a man is telling you he's in a relationship, he's engaged, or he's married or not, you guys can pick up on that, and then sometimes you guys will still be with it
Yeah.
because it's more
Absolutely.
attractive.
I
You
can
guys
give you
do
that.
not want a man generally, do not want a man that other women do not want. So when you see a man
facts.
who's
Yeah.
getting
It's like a
attention,
spiciness to
whether
it.
he's married or you just see that a lot of women in general want him. He could be a single man, but if you see that a lot of women want him, generally speaking, a lot of women tend to look at that man with favor. And it
like
comes
a
across in the
challenge.
same thing with relationships as well too.
Interesting that you see
Yeah.
it that way. But that part, I think, we always want what we can't have, right? And I think
That's true.
every human being can relate to that. Like, we tend to go hard on things that we just have to work hard for. Like, the minute that it becomes easy, it's like, ugh, What's next?
It's-
Kind of thing.
it's like, okay, whatever.
I don't
over
think
it,
that's
right?
all though. I don't want to interrupt, and I don't disagree, but I don't think that's all. I think there's value equated there. I think you see that because another woman wants that man, there's something about that man. I don't know. I may not know what it is yet, but there's other people who are seeing something. So maybe I should give him a second look and see what he's about.
Absolutely.
Why are all these women tripping over him? Okay.
But yet again, they want to blame the man, but they the one coming up messing.
Because you guys can pursue it. Like, you guys have the initial to
You said
pursue
women
it.
didn't pursue men.
Yeah, so you're not gonna tell me if a girl comes to you, then you're like, oh yeah, hi, how are you? You're just gonna be like, no, like I can't, I'm taken.
I mean, I don't have to be rude, but it's
But
not like I'm gonna entertain what she's doing.
You won't either. Like if you're taken, and then some girl comes up to you, and you're like, oh, ha, you're kind of brushing her off. She's still starting. You're not gonna still feed into that.
I mean, I'll be polite, but I think there's a very significant difference between me in a relationship and me who's single. Like, I can still have a conversation, be polite, but I'm not getting her number. I'm not
Absolutely.
being overtly flirty, because there's a line. There's
But
people,
women try. Like, they will get
Oh,
to
yeah,
that level.
I'm well aware of that, but I think if word to what was said earlier, a man who knows what they want and understands what they have is not looking. So I could be flattered. I could appreciate a beautiful woman coming up to me. I can say, oh, wow, if I was single, it would be much different. But I don't know what else you got going on. I know what your background is. Everybody projects their best self when they come out.
Right.
You never know what somebody else has going on with them, especially men. I don't want to speak for all men, but me specifically, when I look at a very beautiful woman and, I'm like, a little something goes on in my head like, why is she single? No, I'm not saying that she has to be in a relationship, but men are aware of the attention that women get. So when they see that and they see an especially beautiful woman that's single and everything like that, and then they see that that I'm in a relationship but you're still pursuing me, there's like multiple flags going on there. So
Exactly.
it's like maybe this is your thing. Maybe you're not really the type of person who may want to be in a healthy relationship,
You're here to break relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not.
Baddie.
We're
Someone
not
said
here for
something.
peace. No,
Yeah.
we just want trouble. You said something here that kind of remind me of something.
Okay.
Because it's something that I hear, and it's a common thing where when they say when a woman approach a man and then they amongst their men, their boys, like they went out like for, let's say they had a hookah night, they went to a lounge together, and a woman approached them. This man being reserved is booed by his fellows,
Friends.
right? So which means they are kind of put in the situation like where they have to engage.
I think what you're saying here, it's some kind of like is the scenario ever happened to you in front of you that you see it's really happening, or is it something like you just create
It's
that
something
story?
that men bragged about, actually.
Well, I don't know.
Something you guys
Well,
talk about.
I can't speak for all men, right? So there's different type of men, and there's different of kin that you surrounded yourself with. You know what I mean? If you around some great men, dudes that have great partners in their life, I don't think they should be booing you for a woman that approached you and you decided not to, carry that conversation. That means you on the wrong circle. You know what I mean? So your bros or your brothers should know enough not to boo you because you decided not to entertain a woman that's trying to sabotage what you have, especially if your brothers knows that what you have is something legit. So although you put that scenario, so am I saying some men will not do that? Well, yeah, there's exceptions on everything. But I don't think this example it's fully legit for all men, right?
So you guys just like, nah.
Well, some also can they can really have just bad friends. Like, you can have a whole crew of friends that you think they're really cool, but if they
They're
do
bad
that, then
influence.
you definitely know, like, those are not your boys.
And also that
Or even your
scenario,
girl's perspective
like
too,
as a
like-
man, like you barely see women approach men. Let's say like to just trying to approach, especially a group of men. You don't really see that. And if a woman do that, that means she has a reason why. She doesn't have good attention really. She knows, she sees something. She sees something she's trying to get. Like, she's trying to put all her,
She's not trying to be in a relationship.
nah, she sees
she's a
something she's
one-night
trying to
thing.
get. And you don't really see that scenario really happen. Because men mostly approach women instead of women approach men.
In today's world, maybe
Some
that's
women are
the table
ballsy,
have
though.
kind of like, I've seen it happen, honestly. Like, you know, we've gotten a little bold over the, you know, over the last couple of
Yeah.
centuries. We're just like,
Because sometimes it's like a drag. Okay, yeah, men are like, they can come and approach you, but sometimes it's like a little bit of like a oomph when women
we
do
gotta,
it too.
like, you know, give a hint.
Yeah,
Hint,
like-
you know, hello.
Women can do it too.
I think there's a difference between seeing it happen and it being the norm, though, because I've seen it happen. I've had it happen. But do I say if I go out 100 times, will it happen like
A
4
lot.
times maybe?
Okay, so it's rare.
You know, it may vary, but the point of the matter is, if I want something to happen, I need to be the one mostly approaching women for that to happen.
But what happens if you get like women approaching you a lot more? Like, do you think that's like a turn off or like a turn on?
Depends on the approach.
Okay.
Kind of like the same way, it may be an attractive man going up to you, but depending on what he says when he opens his mouth may determine how that interaction goes. So there's some women who have approached me who I kind of like the way they came across. And, you know, there's some women who approached me that they really didn't have to say nothing. One time a girl just handed me their phone and just said, you know what to do with this. I said,
Oh, no, come on.
I respect
Get
it.
with the program, girls.
I respect it.
It also depends how you approach. We already know what you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
that would have been a little like, you know what you're
Yeah.
trying to get with just give me your phone number.
But also, like, I don't want you guys to think like we should, because a man is in a relationship, we should be rude towards a woman who approach us. We're gonna have a conversation with you, like a, you know.
I think
Adult conversation.
yes,
Like,
the
that doesn't
con-
mean
the
like we're gonna
conversation
do.
should be to an extent. Like, it shouldn't just be like, oh my god, okay, let's have a whole hangout and do this nonsense when you're still out and about. Like, hi, how are you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, awesome. And I don't know. I think there should be like a line in between a conversation. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, the interaction
I
should end
agree.
there. It
Yeah.
should basically, okay,
Yeah.
we had a conversation,
And
we
then
part
that's
ways,
it.
and then that's it.
Yeah, keep it.
Now,
Keep
if you,
it pushing.
if you
Yeah.
keep doing it, then you're like, all right, then I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, to the point of the conversation, there's got to draw a line to what extent, you know, because I've had some men that just like, and I'm like, whoa.
Like, that's a lot.
Exactly.
Like, can
and
we
I'm
just have the
like,
conversation over because I don't want this anymore?
Right, like, it's just like, you know.
Have a good day.
just chill.
Okay. And to continue, like, okay.
But when a man in a relationship, and it could be, and that's me speculating here, it could be because that they have some fear. You know what? And I know you guys don't like when I generalize it. When some, maybe most men in a relationship, you know, maybe it's the fear of the commitment, or maybe of the fear of losing out. I feel like having that woman, maybe they're good and maybe that woman is not great, because I mean, no relationship is perfect. I feel like when they see that next shiny thing in the club or at work, and it's like, you know, it's something that is constant, and maybe that woman have that missing piece that they, you know, miss in their relationship. I feel like, and then men do that a lot when they give the excuse, like, you know, we're the temptation or whatnot, but they're the one who engaged towards it. And that's what I mean by they are still searching. They never like not bite when they see that, you know, new shiny little thing is like, I'm gonna take a piece. Maybe they may not go into a full-blown relationship with that person. Some of them do, and some of them even have 2 relationships, and I really applaud you guys for it, because I really don't know how. Like, I don't know how you keep exactly. I don't know how you keep, you know, pleasing. You could, and I don't know. It still amazes me that you guys can do that. But, you know, some of you guys kind of just stop there where you engage, and maybe it's just come to a one-night stand or kind of thing, or it just, you know, but you guys take a piece of the cake.
Temptation.
Um,
Fresh
Yeah.
meat.
Jay, you wanna?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the phrase "act like you've been here before"?
That's a new one.
But that's
Ba-
interesting.
Basically, what that means is that people who have experienced a certain situation, you sort of expect them to act with a certain decorum. it's they're not looking at something with fresh eyes. How that applies here is that a man who has been there before, they understand that, how you phrase it, the next shiny thing may not be the next best thing, as I was saying earlier. You may look good coming up to me, but I don't know your background, you know? I know what I have at home at the very least. I know, you know, what she's been doing for me. I know her personality. I know her temperament. But when something new is coming along, if I'm a man who is savvy enough to understand that she's projecting her best self to me, I may look, but I'll not pursue something if I'm serious about my relationship. And I think there's a lot of men who are on that level with that, where they understand the quote unquote temptations. They know, okay, this woman looks great, but there's a story behind her that I am not aware of. And do I want to take that chance to act on that, whether it's on something casual or if I'm trying to have another entire relationship or leave the person for that person. At the end of the day, I'm taking a risk there, you know? And do I have enough faith in what I have? Am I happy with what I have and what I'm building, as opposed to going out to look for something new?
Interesting.
All right.
Wow, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, you kill it there with that answer. I definitely applaud that. Also, I want to say something about the way you described the statement, Bonali. So, when you say, let's say the man take a bite, or like the man get in a new relationship, you describe it as of like the man is searching. So, like
Well,
you said,
behave as though you're, because what the woman is receiving is that, okay, maybe you're not serious with this woman and you're still searching. Because when you approach me,
'Cause you still fall
and
for
I
it.
know you have a relationship, honestly, it's like, okay, what do you guys have here? That's what we see your behavior. That's how we recognize it. Because as far as we know, you're in a committed relationship.
Right.
Here you are in my inbox or DM or whatnot.
yeah. So if you're in a committed relationship, I don't see why you should be either searching or looking for anything
Yeah, but
else.
then that's when there's some men that do that.
Yeah, like we said that all the
Two
time.
men.
There's exceptions. I mean, we're not gonna act like all men are perfect, same as all women are not perfect. You know, so there's a lot of men that you know who hurt a lot of women. Same vice versa. A lot of women hurt a lot of men.
Yeah.
Okay, so it comes down to who you are as a man, to respect what you have, respect what you're building with the partner, to not do certain thing that you know that will sabotage what you guys are building. So now, if you're a man that's confused, so obviously those things can happen. You know, but also if you're actually secure with what you're building with a partner, I don't see the reason why you should actually be looking elsewhere or trying to do something that can sabotage it. There's a lot of temptation out there for men as well as for women. So it comes down to how strong you are to resist the temptation. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a question in there for you guys. This one's funny.
Bring it, Bonelli. Bring it.
Right? What do you, as a man, you know, what is it like to you to claim a woman? You know, what is it like to you, like, you know, to say, yes, you recognize that you have a woman at home, like, you know, this is your woman, this is like, you know, I'm committed, you know, but what is that like to you? And we'll start with Patrick, actually, and we'll take that.
What is it like to me to claim a woman?
What
You
does that
said.
mean to you, like, you know, to claim a woman as a man?
I don't think as a man you should claim a woman. Y'all both should claim each other.
Right, yes,
Right.
but like, you know,
Well-
your end of it.
Right. The moment, you know, our soul is connected and it's something that cannot really, it's confused to be explained. And when you search for answers, it's just infinity. And you know you have the good one. Although people have flaws, but if you can put the flaws on pause and think about what you guys have and the emotional connection, physical connection, and intellectual connection, if those are strong enough, the trust and respect, if those are strong enough, you know you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna give an example of a woman end because I think you went to the other side, not where I was going with it. I need to give it here.
All right.
When a woman claim their man, right? They excited. I mean, they talk to their friends about it. They brag about it. Oh my God, the whole chat is blowing up. Like, you know, this is my man right there. Like, you know, like it's all over. It's just
it's
like
very visual and very apparent.
Like, with every sentence that come out of her mouth, it's like, oh my man is calling me.
My boyfriend's calling me.
We behave differently, guys. We behave differently.
Okay, so what is that? What is that?
How do you claim your partner? Like,
right. What does that look like to you? Like, you, how do you? I'm not just saying men, but to you specifically. Since
how do you show up
as a man? You see yourself change. Like, you see yourself. You know, you think differently. You mostly think about building with that person. That's when you know she's the one.
Right, but how do you claim? Like, how do you let people know? Like
that's your girl
woman by
right
my
there.
side, and this is who I'm going to be. This is it. Like, you know,
this
stay away from me.
Deal.
This
you're
is like,
doing the whole spiel.
Exactly. I don't even want to. Don't even look my way. I'm just like straight on. Like, this is like I'm having that tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
Jade, you
Sure.
you want to say something?
Sure.
Help him out.
I want to say it starts with you tell your friends. Well, I don't go out of my way to tell my friends. It's more so
they'll really know.
Yeah, or you know, they're aware of who's in my life. That's one. But we're having a conversation, and then I'll drop it in the conversation that, you know, me and so have taken it to another level. You know, I'm serious about her. I love everything. That's, you know, the direction that it's going in and everything. But what is it like? Do you want to know like what it feels like, or just
what does it look like?
What does it look like?
You know, how do you make
how
it
do you
known
show it off?
so that way women know? Okay.
Oh, so that women know.
You know,
okay.
like how do we know?
A lot of women don't like.
Like a woman like if they're in a relationship, a man talking to them, they could literally strictly ignore you. Like you're talking is like, or sometimes they even show that finger. You know that ring.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. What is it like for men?
The comments. You should put your input into this too. We want to know.
Right. We want to know the comments. How do you claim your woman? Like, you know, what does it look like?
I feel like the only way, I won't say the only way, I want to say what I've seen and how I am is I'll claim them by how I show up. So they may not know until they have a conversation with me if it's just me.
Love it.
That I'm in a relationship. But if I'm with my woman, they will definitely know. They will see how I walk with her. They'll see how I look at her. They'll see how I treat her. They'll see it's not something that it's like just a casual date. They'll know we arrived together, we're leaving together, and we are together.
I love it. You see that?
That's beautiful. Look at Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you,
Jay is
getting with the pointers over here.
He's like, don't come for me. I know that. You know, I have my woman. Let's go to the comment real quick. Let's see.
Please let us know how you guys like to be claimed.
Right. You know, that's another question. You know, how does you know, we kind of go out.
I think you guys already know your claim by the way. I mean, I would say the way he carry himself with you, because the person that you had versus the person that's set a relationship with you, you're gonna see the difference, men that you have. So you asking us this question is not like you don't have the answer. You do have the answer because you know who you were with when you first got with that person. You know who you're with now.
Yeah, but you can also be just in a relationship and just be like, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship, but you don't know that that's the one.
Right, because we're not.
You don't know until like you're like, oh snap, like I mean, okay, we're building this. Okay, so
by me saying that, I'm not just saying like the main change. Like there's different way of everybody have their love language, so you're gonna see his love language change towards you. Like, you know, he's more at ease with you. Like y'all listen to each other. His behavior, you know, and you know, and him with his boys, obviously we're gonna tell our boys that she's doing. But it's not like we're gonna hype it the same way women hype it. Like we're not gonna hype it like this. Like they just gonna know. They just gonna know she's the one. That's it.
I'm gonna take it a step further, right? Because we gotta get to the social media. I mean, I've seen a lot of things now. I mean, we all like private, like, you know, the whole private versus secret relationship kind of thing. will post their men.
Oh yes.
You know, and I seen some women, don't get me wrong, where they would just post the arm. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about all that. But like, you know, but at the end of the day, they will make sure everybody know
that you're
they
taken.
are not single. What's up with that, man?
I mean, I get the arm thing. I get the whole mindset behind it, but that's just
No
not
one.
for me. I'm just saying, if I'm doing that, and I'm not doing that with somebody who I'm with, I'm just saying, if anybody ever sees that on my social media, you know I'm single. But
Oh, he's putting it out there.
I'm just saying, because men are a lot more intentional about those kind of situations. I feel like women in those situations are trying to avoid disappointment and embarrassment just in case it doesn't work out. I feel like men are already immersed in that situation regardless, so we kind of have to just own the situation.
But here's one thing, though. Here's one thing. You guys don't like the arm. Well, we just claiming you with your arm. I really don't understand this part.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not my thing.
But men take a while to start posting their woman. And this is why I
like,
said
why
that,
does
you know,
it do
why
that? I
you
feel
guys
like
behave as
can
though
def-
you're still
I
searching.
can
Why?
absolutely answer that. I can absolutely
Okay.
understand that because
Show me.
men understand something that a lot of women tend to forget, but you guys understand it too. Because one, when we're inviting you into our inner circle, that means way more to us than posting you on social media. That is
Facts.
one. That is extremely more significant.
Facts.
And I know a lot of men use that as a way to avoid responsibility and try to keep things on the low. So I know that can sound like the same thing, but understand the difference. Many men won't post on social media, at least right away. So for me, right, if I'm in a relationship, my woman will show up on my social media, right? Like often, like you'll see her to the point where you'll get the idea. I'm not gonna be over there tagging her unless it's like a specific post or something like that, or anything along
But
the
you
lines
will
with
know.
that.
Like, you
Yeah,
will know.
you'll get the idea. The thing is, when a man, and oftentimes a woman too, you guys don't realize this, so keep in mind if you don't think your man is committed, when you tag that person or when you say, oh, make an announcement, this is my man or this is my woman, you invite challenge to that situation. You're bringing people into your relationship that have no bearing and no business being in that relationship. It's like you're caring more about the opinions of the public than the people who
Facts.
are closest to you, who actually do have real bearing on your life. Because there's
agree
people,
on that.
there's
I
people
can
who
agree
do
on
not
that.
want to see you happy. There's
Facts.
people who
Nosy.
see what you have and they're like, I kind of want that too. So a lot of men, they're trying to avoid that for the most part because they already know how that goes.
So you
And
are saying
It goes
Go
back
ahead.
to the being in a relationship and attracting more women thing. I just the price just went up. You know what I'm
So
saying?
women posting
Yeah, so-
women posting you. You're saying, from what I understand, is
I
that it
can
just
agree on that
brings
part, though.
more women to you.
Free promo.
It's
Yeah, but sometimes
Yeah,
I would
so,
like
like-
to
I'm gonna
post
come
my
back to you.
man and
I'm
just
gonna
be
come
like
back to
proud
you.
of him.
Right, I'm gonna come back to
Yeah.
you, but let's go.
So
back.
I was
I'm
going
gonna-
to
I'm
say,
gonna
like,
come back.
some men, the whole social media thing, it's not how they show that you don't want. It's invite you to their family.
Yeah.
People that they care about, their inner circle, they invite you to their inner circle. That is very secretive to men. And if they invite you in, that means you are the one. If you can sit down with their family on a table, or they sit down with your family having dinner, you have them. Some
can
men
agree.
don't
I
have
can
to.
agree on
Some
that.
some men don't have to. Keep posting you over and over on social media to show you that you are the one. That means you searching for attention out there. Like, so like, hey, yeah, he's
It's not
posting me this and a
searching
third.
attention, though.
Like, why you want the outside world to actually,
It's a proud
give
moment.
you-
It's
I
like-
think
give
it's
you-
I feel like it's more of a proud moment, like, oh, like I'm proud of my man, like I have this man, I want to.
But
Yeah,
people-
I get it. You should be
people-
private on your relationship, but I also want to
not
show off that
posting what
he's
you're
a
doing.
yeah. Like I'm like that's my man. Like
Right.
that's
But
that's
we're not
a
telling
hot
you you
piece
can't
of-
do that.
Right,
But
you're
like
not telling the
you
world
rarely
that
see
you
men
know.
doing that, because like we have different way of protecting what's ours and different way of showing, you know, hey, you are the one, or yes, this is it. This is how I can show you you are the one. We don't
So-
have to brag on social media.
So then, would you agree to avoid that competition? Would just show arms?
Well, we
it
are
off
not
a
in
little
competition because men, like once we with a woman, like we don't see ourselves in competition at all.
No, Jay just said it. Like when we post our men, you know, other women see that and they want what we
They're like a
have.
little curious.
So they go and challenge our men now
Exactly.
to see, you know, they want to know what's up and whatnot. Like, you know, are you really what your wife is claiming you to be? Honestly, I would hope my men back me up.
Yeah, because some women are a little.
You know, if I'm showing you up, you better, you better bring your game and back me up and be like, yeah, this is it. Like,
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
no, thank
like,
you.
You know, block kind of
So
thing.
I was
mean,
I was telling Michelle a story what happened to one of my a good friend at work. So he just got in a relationship. Talking about showing off, and he was all over the place with you know, the new girl that he has, you know, showing her off. Only taking 2 vacation, mind you, like 3 months together. And then what had happened was, so the new girl has some kind of low-key relationship with the old one. So she kind of like texts him, say like, hey, so you think you missing some pieces of this ass? And then us as men, you know, we probably gonna say, I don't know what you mean, such and such. So she said, do you want to see? He said, well, go ahead. So she sent him, you know, pieces of that, and then she screenshot, and then she sent it to the new girl. So now,
Low key still
See?
searching.
So,
That would've
goes
been a
to
black
what you
moment.
say.
That's
The
a
minute
Jay,
she
search.
said
no,
it,
listen up.
that
Goes to what Jay
No.
says, right?
You
he
fell for
was
the trap.
all over the place with it. So now people, so you invite the
But
devil,
you
right? You
really-
invite the devil to your relationship. So now the devil comes.
Nah, but
Now
this-
he's
this
single.
This is literally your action.
But you
I
out
would
here
say-
searching.
literally,
There's
the
no
woman-
boundaries whatsoever.
The
in
woman
that
say
thing.
that the minute that text come in, you know it's up to no good, and you engage.
Drama.
Come on, don't blame the
Now-
woman on
now-
that.
now
You
he's
engage.
single.
You take the bait.
Now,
I
listen,
mean,
He fell
A
for the
loop.
trap. He was searching. He's like, let me open this door.
right there,
You know?
right there.
Got
The minute
stuck.
that you like, you just like,
No,
yup. That the minute that you okay and then reply, because that should have been
Yeah,
automatic.
you should have been like, no, thank you. I don't want to see that piece of.
Yeah,
you know,
literally
like
block.
So to be fair,
Goodbye.
I wanted to circle back to this.
you
ahead.
ate the
And-
meat
and-
and cleaned the plate.
In response to your earlier questions, my question back to that is, how committed is that man? Because I feel like what we're talking about is, we understand for a man who is intentional, knows what he wants, and then is claiming a woman. There are men who get into relationships that have no intention of being in a relationship. And there
Right.
are a couple different reasons why a man would do that, but understand that there is a difference. And when you're asking some of these questions, it doesn't apply to the former, more so the latter, where, you know, those men who enter a relationship, maybe they don't want to lose the woman. You know, they know that she may require a relationship at some point in time, so they're just biding their time. There's men who have no intention of being monogamous ever, who, you know, but they know many women won't understand that, so they kind of play the game, just, you know, same kind of thing where they like the woman, they don't want her to leave, you know, but she won't accept the fact that, you know, he wants to deal with multiple women. So understand there's differences to it, so it's kind of layered.
So you're saying that a man who's fully committed at that stage where they're like, okay, I'm ready to, you know, hang it off, like I'm done with that lifestyle, will not behave as someone who's still like, I'm not sure where this is going.
Most men.
Most men. I mean, you just hung yourself there. I'm just saying, right there, you just hung yourself. But
Because
I'm gonna-
there's no absolutes, you know what I'm saying? There's always exceptions to everything, but we got to talk about the majority, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to generalize it, we got to be referring to, okay, well, what am I more likely to come across, you know? If we're only going to isolate exceptions, then, I mean, we can kind of do that with everything, and then we're going to be here all day, but, you know, if we want to talk about, okay, if I'm going out in the dating world, this is essentially what I should expect when it comes to men in relationships. And then, you know, that's the answer I feel good about.
And since we're talking about commonality, I'm gonna share my experience.
Okay.
A lot of the time, honestly, I literally thought I had something in my forehead. Only men in relationship to talk to me. like 90% of the time, like of those men who talk to me or men are in a relationship. So if
Oh
we're
my
on the
God.
woman's side where we're seeing this and it's so common, you know, like it just like it's like, wow, what's going on?
No, I can understand
And then
that.
these are people who literally like, you know,
They're full commitment.
Where's this attention coming from? I would have to ask that question because then
Good
anytime some
question.
people give me these anecdotal examples, I usually gotta like ask, okay,
What environment?
where are you? Yeah, basically.
okay, I would say work, social media.
Okay.
For the most part, I'll say these are the most common places. I mean, honestly.
Do you
this
think
is
it's the
the only-
approach, how you come off, maybe sometimes?
Like as a woman, like
Because I know sometimes
Right,
you
a
c-
lot
we
of
can
women
co-
are
we
very
can co-
flirty.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna
you
say
know,
maybe
they-
sometimes we're flirty unintentionally, and then people are like continuously talking. You're like, wait, this guy's hitting on me, but I really didn't think of that. That was my intention to do that.
Right.
So
Okay. I am not, honestly, I'm not as flirty, but I am friendly.
oh,
So my kind of job is, honestly, well, I wouldn't, let me put it that way. I smile a lot. And when I'm talking to you, I want to make sure that you're comfortable, if that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
not one of those like, oh my God, don't talk to me. Like, not having it kind of
I get
thing.
it, yeah.
So I am friendly in that sense. So you come in, you said good morning, I'll be like, hi, how are you? And I'm waiting for that answer. I'm not just going to blow you
Like, all right,
off
bye.
and be like, yeah, bye. Like, you know, I'm waiting for that instance. And then, you know, I'll be like, you know, have a great day kind of thing. So if you're, are you saying like the woman is flirty, or you're saying like the men maybe, you know, it's just like I'm misinterpreting it? Which way are you saying it?
I feel like maybe like as women do something the wrong way for then the man to continue to approach us. Because sometimes we could be just say like friendly, but that's all we think of, and the guy's like, oh, okay, like she definitely
She's
wants like more
inviting.
into it. You're inviting it, and then you're like still continue to be nice. And he's like, okay, like she's really into me. So it's like,
I see. So you're sending mixed signal in a way. Okay, I see. But honestly, for me, if I engage with you, and most of the time, because I I met someone who says he doesn't voluntarily share information, and that stick with me all the time. So whenever I'm becoming friends with a man, the first thing I'm gonna say, "Are you in a relationship?" Like that's literally the first thing.
no.
Because I mean, like, you know, because the minute that I see that you're going that angle, I'm going to know. I'm gonna want to know.
Wait, you
like,
asked this to them?
if you're going, if this is the angle. If I'm at work
Oh
and
my
then
God.
you're just saying hi and bye, then that's fine, kind of thing. But if you're going that route where I see you coming off on me, I'm going to ask you. That's the first thing. Because one thing, and then that's mainly because of the fact that you will engage and you find out this person is in a relationship and you're wondering, why are you pursuing me? If you're in a relationship. So before we get that, you pursuing me, and then I find out that you in a relationship, because to a woman that's insulting. And I know men think it's cute, and you know, where like they feel like the more women the better, and maybe they get off on it. Maybe some men get off on it. You know, they think it's a game for them. But for a woman, it's disrespectful. And another thing,
What
when
is
a woman tell
disrespectful
you that
to
they're in a
a woman?
relationship, and then you're telling me that, you know, you said like, you know, you're trying to get me off, like, you know, you're trying to steal me away, that's also disrespectful. It's insulting.
Or to you, but
Yeah,
to a
right,
lot of
because you're
women,
coming to me.
to
You're
a
coming-
lot of women, it's not insulting at all. They're like, yo, I'm about to take that one. I'm Mrs. Still your man. So yeah. So to you, am I, you know,
I wouldn't say a lot
looks
of
like
women.
this.
So if we're talking about not generalizing thing, I don't think most women would see a man in a relationship and then the men come and talk to me and not feel disrespected by it.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
You disagree, Lady Badass?
I mean, if men can approach me, then I feel like I still got it.
If men can approach you, then you feel
But
like
I
you
mean,
should-
I'm
Right.
loyal enough to be like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. Like,
Right.
I'm in a relationship. But
it give you that good.
it's
feeling.
all about that loyalty. To be like, okay, you know what? Like, yeah, great. It's a, you know, like, have
I
a
don't know
good
if
day.
you
but, like,
guys know the story of Steph Curry and then his wife, where she was complaining about
Oh, Aisha.
why Aisha, right? He's getting all the attention, she's not. She was saying it would be nice to get attention, this and the third. So yeah, woman loves attention.
But yeah, we love
But,
attention, but it also depends on the boundaries. Like, okay, cool. Like, you get the attention, but you're not
Right.
pursuing more.
But
to
Bonali, you
anything.
stated that most of these men's relationship, like Ms. Michelle stated, it might be your approach that probably send that signal to that man, say like maybe she wants something.
Yeah, I'm
You
standoffish.
know, I'm not
sometimes.
saying it's you, but it might be your approach. Sometimes you need to ask yourself a question, say like, is it me or it's just the man?
So you're saying because I'm nice.
No, I'm not
That's
saying
fine.
you don't have to be rude. Nice
No,
and
like,
being a
maybe
little
to,
bit
like, an
flirty.
extent.
There's differences between being nice
Well, if
and
I'm at work, chances are I'm not being flirty. But if you come into my DM and then you strong literally, and I could see that you're in a relationship, that's not me being friendly at all.
But I think that's when you just like leave it on red.
Honestly, it's not even red or black. It's go straight to black. But
Yeah,
my
I just
perspective is that
I would just be like, okay,
not even
clearly
right.
this is
It-
not
it goes
what I'm
straight to
looking
block.
or that's not interested.
But it goes straight to black. But my thing is, the minute I see your message and I know you're in a relationship, to me, that's just like it's insulting. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. No, and I,
So it's not like I know you. Like it's not like I know you're in a relationship. You come in my inbox and I'm engaging with you. Does that make sense?
yeah, and I believe you when you say that, but are you open to the fact that, as it was asked before or said before, that's just how you feel, but other women or even majority of women do not agree with that?
do
sentiment?
not agree with that at all.
Women in the chat, let's
That's
see.
how you
In the
feel.
comment, what do you
Please,
But a
guys
lot
think?
of them
women,
don't agree
Because-
with
give
it.
us
because
your
I
approach.
really disagree with
How
that.
do you approach?
And without looking at the chat at all, I want to say it depends on the person who comes up to you, because it's very easy to feel insulted by a man in a relationship who you don't want.
Right.
But when it's a man in a
100%
relationship that you
agree.
do want, all of a
100%
sudden
agree.
it's like, I'm not as insulted. you know?
Exactly.
I've seen this happen. before.
Exactly.
No, I
I'm not
still
even
got
gonna
it.
lie, I've seen this.
I still got it.
All right.
But that statement that Michelle made, I still got it. You know, I've seen a
That's
lot
how you
of
know
people.
you're
That
a
goes
bad-
both in, honestly. It's like, when men feel like, they're still being, considered or whatnot, being poached, and women feel the same way. I feel like, I guess in a way we still get that tingly feeling that, okay, we're not outdated. Is that?
Yeah. Like if men just approach you on your DMs, you're like, oh wow, okay, I still got it. But then it comes again. I guess said it again. It's the loyalty, like that connection that you have with your partner. You're like, okay, well, you just you see the comment and you bypass it.
But why is that validation, that outside validation, so important?
It's not, but it's just like a little spark, like Ms. B
It's
says.
like it's
But
it's
why
a little
though?
type of
No, wait,
dopamine, right?
Time out.
But why
You're
though?
telling me if a woman comes to you like, oh, you look good or whatever, like, oh, that you look fine or this and that would
don't get a
trigger
good
you something
feeling?
or a good feeling like, oh wow, like I still got like, oh, I know or that.
Maybe
You-
that's
your
what
head
it
gets
is.
a little big.
I don't think
Your
most
heads
men
get a
gonna
little
feel
big.
this way because we really
Like-
we build different. We all really built to
Wow.
Just so
actually.
you're telling me if someone comes to you and they're like, oh, you look so good, like I love your shirt, your head's not gonna be like, oh my god.
No,
yeah,
it's
like,
not gonna get to me the same way you
You're
see
not
it.
gonna be like,
It's
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
get to me the same way you see it because we are built to actually approach women. So when a woman approaches, it's like, oh, okay, well, thank you. That's it.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
wow.
that is a lie.
think-
'Cause
I
you're
don't
gonna tell
think
your
it's
boys
gonna-
like,
I
yeah,
don't
this
think
girl
it's
just
gonna
told
give us
me,
that
this girl
feeling.
just told me,
No
like I look
way.
good. Yeah. Oh
Jay-
my God,
Jay
it
has
just
something
came
to
up
say.
to-
Jay has something to say.
Girls, tell me in the
No,
comments,
I-
please.
No, I think the difference
me up.
is we definitely take the compliment. But I think the way we internalize it is different from the way you guys internalize it.
Yep.
Because me, let's say I'm in a relationship, someone comes up to me and they say I look really nice. I'm like excited, like, oh wow, like my outfit looks nice. I'm glad I picked out a nice
But it
outfit
still
or
made
whatever.
you-
But it turns your mood though for the day.
But do you,
like,
but,
it gives
No.
you a
but you
good
understand?
mood.
It definitely makes you feel good because
But
then
do
you
you see
go
I'm
home,
trying
you're
to-
like, yeah, this girl
But
just
do you see I'm
complimented on me.
separating the woman from it? I said nothing about the woman who actually said it. It was everything about
You.
me and how was I
Feeling. But
feeling
that's
about
exactly how she
my
said
whole
it.
thing.
Yeah,
Like
I
that. Not that I
still got it. Like I'm happy. Like oh wow, like wow,
it's
I
not the
still
same
look
thing.
good. Like I'm still like
It's not the same thing
because I'm not
Yes,
worried
it
about.
is.
It's not because I'm not
you're
worried
not worried about
about.
your
because
game.
we're not waiting for women to give us compliments.
Carla said. That is
You
BS.
guys mostly are waiting for that compliment.
It
the
still makes you
approach.
feel good,
men,
though.
Men are not built to.
It still makes you feel good.
Listen, we're not built to actually sit in there expect a woman approach us to give us compliments.
We don't
This is
expect
not-
two men to come
This
to
is
us
why
either.
if we get a compliment once in a blue,
Why wouldn't you guys expect a man to come up and approach you guys?
No, but it's just like we're just saying, like if
Why
someone
would-
just
yeah,
comes
why?
to your DMs, or even if you're out there, like people are ballsy. Women and men are ballsy to come and tell you like, oh yeah, you look good, or this and that, or you're walking down the street or whatever. Like you still,
dude,
if someone comes to you, you still got it.
It
If it's a
doesn't
man
matter
or
how
a
attractive
woman.
you are as a man. Any year, I don't think you're gonna get 10 or 6 or even 5. You probably not gonna get 5 compliments in a
mean?
year.
And
We're talking about like now though.
Yeah, now I'm talking about now.
you're saying like men doesn't get as
No,
doesn't
not
get 5
nearly as-
compliment in a
not
year?
nearly as what you
Not-
get.
There are
That's a
once again,
lie. Oh my
we're not talking
God.
about exceptions. We're talking about the vast
The
majority.
vast
of men.
majority
So
of
I don't
men.
want to. I don't want to hear about. Oh, I know
Right.
this one
But
guy who guesses.
Yeah.
We all know one
You
guy or
see how
two
y'all
guys.
differentiate?
Exactly.
But y'all make general
It's
statement
always-
about women. But when it
yeah.
comes to the men, it's like
It's all
we're not like
generalized.
that.
Oh,
You
no,
know?
no,
You're
no,
like,
no.
you know,
But
we're
have-
not like that.
have I
But
s-
all I'm saying is that. All I'm saying is that if somebody give you a compliment, believe me, it's not like you're like,
Yeah, you still gonna
unless
feel
you a
good
stuck-up
about
person,
it.
like, you know, like, I know, like, you know, I looked in the mirror 5 times before I left here, you know.
You
So-
still gonna feel good about it. You're like, oh wow, yeah,
gonna
like
be-
someone noticed. Even though, like, yeah, it's not about the woman or not, but
Like-
you still, it's about you.
Right.
Either ways, I like when I said I still got it. It's about me. It's not about the oh my god, that guy approached me. Oh my god, yeah, this guy is like looking out for me. No, I still know that like, oh wow, I look good.
We
like,
don't see it that way.
How do you see it? You
Because
know what?
it's
That's
a
what I'm
man's
saying.
I'm
It's
gonna
like-
give it to you.
Do you know-
How
do you know why I don't
see
believe
it?
that?
I'm gonna bring that to you.
Do you
How
know why I don't
see
believe
it?
that? Because I think that if a man you didn't find attractive came up to you and said that, I don't think you'd still be thinking
the
I
same.
still.
You
You
got
will
it."
have the
No,
same. You
no,
will have the same
no.
attitude as
I
Bonali.
don't believe that.
Oh, it's so insulting. Like this man has
It's
to
the
give
same.
me a
It's the same.
compliment.
When
You know what I mean?
someone gives you a compliment is a compliment. Now there's two
Yeah,
different
like-
things. The man approaching me
Come
and then they have a
on.
relationship, like, you know, you're trying to come on me, then that's insulting. But if you're giving a compliment, then I won't take it as like, you know, you approaching me. You just see something nice and you said, you know, you like
That
what you
is
saw, and that's fine. That's
baloney.
different.
Unless-
But since you said you won't see it that way, you don't see it that way. How do you see it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's
It's always
not.
different for a
You know?
man's
It's
perspective.
not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not that
different,
type
dude.
of. We
What is
don't
it like
have
for
that
you?
type of
What
feelings
do you
that
get?
flow through a van the same way if a woman get a compliment from a guy that actually she's overly attracted to, right?
Okay, what do you get? What type of feeling? Put it into words.
We'll just we'll just say thank you and say, oh, okay.
But
Shoot.
describe that feeling that you receive.
It's
Now,
like,
'cause we
okay,
could
I
say
look
thank
good
you
today.
too.
This
We
and the
could say
third.
thank
Maybe we
you.
just had a haircut.
The same
You know?
perspective I say, I look good, I
How do
got
you
it.
see it, Jay?
I just want to say that I think when you're so used to not having something, it's so much easier to go without it. So
Facts.
But when you do receive it, what is that feeling like for you?
like I said, it's separate. Like I separate the compliment from the person who's giving me the compliment. Like I just take it for what it is, and it wouldn't matter. And the difference I'm trying to highlight is, I feel like it's different for majority of women because I think the man usually who is giving off the compliment, it usually determines how you guys tend to take it, you know. And you can go as far as that as you want, but I think with men, if we get a compliment, it's like, oh, it's just nice to be complimented. So thank you.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
well,
it a
it's
step
just a
further.
thank you, that's
I'm
it.
gonna take it a step further. You said take it for what it is. What is it for you?
What do you mean?
You said
Just a
you-
compliment.
Oh,
Just-
just matter of fact.
Same for women.
There's no emotion attached to
But
it.
you
in
said-
the-
There
in
is
the
no
sense of-
emotion
But
when
you
I
said
said,
that.
oh, that gives you a feeling as of like, oh, I still got it.
Yeah, it's a feeling like
Okay.
of like okay, like I'm
Me-
the
me-
hot
me-
I'm a hot ass girl.
Maybe I could paint a visual better.
All right.
we hear the compliment, right? It goes to our head, stops right there. I think for women,
you don't get a feeling out of it.
no. I don't,
Wow.
and
I don't
that
think I
in
got a
that in
feeling.
that same
I
way,
just-
I think for women it goes to the head, and you know how you're saying about that tingly.
Yeah, that tingling feeling.
It
Yeah.
disperses. You know, I think that's the difference. So it's not that we don't feel it; it just doesn't hit us
It's
the
like
same way.
nonchalant about it.
If you
It's
if
very
you don't
matter of
receive
fact.
something as often,
It's
when
nice,
you
but
do
it's like,
receive
eh.
it, it's more powerful than someone who hear it, 10 times a day. That's all I'm saying. But you don't want to admit it. it's okay.
It's not like we don't admit. We're telling you
We
the
get
truth.
it.
We are
Okay?
telling you the
It's
truth. It's
alright.
not. We don't have the same feeling as of you guys do. You know.
Hey, you said it, not me. That's fine.
I just think we could do without it for the most part because many men are just they don't get it, so it's just like they don't crave it in the same way. And
We
it's
don't
make-
crave
Facts.
it
It's like a
either,
nice
though.
surprise that we never.
We don't crave
expect.
for that attention that
It's
you
not
guys are
about
craving
craving
for.
attention.
And we just
though.
kind of just move on about our lives. But I think on the flip side, women are so used to getting compliments that some women, not even saying you two specifically, build a dependency on the attention,
We're expecting.
and that rolls
I
over
can
to
give you that
social
one.
media
Yep.
with
But
the
you see
reason
how-
why they want to, or not the reason, but one of the reasons why they may want to post their man and post other stuff because they crave that validation and crave that attention.
Facts for the
You
facts.
see how we own
Facts
up?
for the
You
facts.
see how we own up? I'm just saying. But it's all right though. It's all right. I'm just saying. It's all
Facts for the
right. But but okay, we're not going to make Jay sweat. It's all right. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking.
The spotlight's
All
on
right.
Jay today.
Right?
The sweater,
All right.
you know.
Jay's coming for the woman. All right. Let's see what the comment has to say, and then we're gonna wrap up. Let's see here.
Carla
gonna-
was like, what's it called? That was BS.
Right? They know it.
Definitely
Carla.
makes you
they
feel
know.
good.
They know it's BS. It's okay though. We got it. Let's see. When men are in relationship, they don't have to be searching. Period. That's what Mama Lena said. They don't have to be searching. Look at Mama Lena empowering the men. I mean, it's women versus women.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
men.
men
here.
are searching.
Yeah.
I mean, I
know?
agree with her. They
But-
don't need to be searching. They should
Yeah.
be.
But that's the
They shouldn't.
expectation. That's the expectation. But you
Whose
guys be
expectation?
like in the DMs, like, and they know that, you know, they know, we know they are not single, but yeah, they
Well,
going.
well, once
It's
again,
like, block.
I would go back to, like, are they really committed? You know, they may have told their woman that they're committed, but are they really committed? Because the reason why I think it sounds like BS, you know, not to dismiss, you know, anything you two have been through, but I think you need to separate the difference between those sort of men. When you, like you said before, when you come across that and that's all you see, it's hard to see it any other way, you know. But I think that's why we have these conversations, so we can possibly open up to different perspectives and, you know, understand if we actually believe what we're saying, that there are many, many men, and I'm talking about majority of men function this way. And, you know, I know how I am specifically, but I can also separate myself and say, you know, I may be this way, but from what I've seen, what I understand about men, this is how they are.
Okay. Let's, okay, so Lone Islander said, women subconsciously choose men that are going to be a great dad. So, okay, so when we pick men, it depends, because if the woman
Why
want
would you
a
not? Why
Here-
would
here's
Why
the
would you
thing.
not pick a man that's gonna be a great dad?
Well, here's the
But
thing.
sometimes
It
some
depends what they're looking
women
for.
don't look for
It depends what
that.
they're looking for. And sometimes if
First,
the
that's
woman
weird.
that can't, like, you know, is not looking for children, they don't, like, you know.
Yeah,
you
that sounds
know,
like
they
not a
already
lot of
have it.
women are like,
So it
"I'm
depends
gonna be
on
with this
what
person."
stage they are in, where they are, what they're looking for. You
It
know,
all
this may
depends
not
on
be
the age,
a
too.
factor. Yeah, exactly. The age matters, because then at certain age you would be looking to have
To
children.
be a
and
parent, that's your first thing. Yeah.
Agreed.
Exactly. So maybe in that perspective, you may be looking someone who, you know, who would be a
Who's
great
ready
dad.
to have a family or whatever the case might be too.
I agree. Let's see. Women subconsciously choose men that are going to be good fathers. That being said, a woman would choose a man whom another woman has already chosen. I disagree. You guys keep saying that, but I highly disagree.
say it.
This is this is a very, like, you know, you guys are generalizing it too. I disagree with that. But go
I
ahead.
see what Lone Islander
Right.
is doing.
Especially if they have a child already and they see that he's a good father figure. Do you guys think
That's
that's culture?
tricky though.
Do you guys think that's culture?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, different culture may see in it different. Like,
Yeah.
To some extent, yeah, I do believe that.
I-
Yes.
because I'm just curious, but I do believe that it's not the majority of women who may see it that way. But there's always exceptions. You do have some one-offs, so I'm gonna give that to the one-offs. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Not one, a
No,
lot.
because one thing about women, we really care about our self-respect. So
Yeah.
with that
And sometimes
said,
we're a little greedy, so
It's like, right. It's like we don't even want to share.
I don't wanna
like,
share.
The thought of having to share.
Yeah, I mean, you
men
can
and
respect it,
whatnot,
yeah.
It's no.
But no.
You guys, no.
Okay.
So,
Call me greedy.
exactly. No need to be nice. Set boundaries with those interactions. So I guess yes. So if you're in a club, if you're in a bar, and some woman come
You're
to
out,
you,
yeah.
you know, set this boundary so they know that look, I'm in a relationship.
Wait, I have a question though. What happens if you're like out with your guys or you're out or whatever, and then some girl approaches you guys, whatever, right? And it gets too like intense to the woman's like she still doesn't get it. Would you guys tell that scenario to your partner when you come back home?
I would.
You'd be like, oh my god, babe, this is what happened. Da, da, da. Or would you just keep it on the low? Just be like, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
If it's a good story,
I mean,
Yeah,
it
like-
depends on what kind of partner you have. If she's okay, if she can take the story, you give it to her. If you know this gonna
she's crazy.
low
Yeah, like
key.
I'm just curious because
Because
some
if
people
you
like
know,
won't
this
say
gonna
it.
jeopardize what you have, so you probably would never go to the club again. So there's certain story you keep it to yourself. As long as you didn't
Yeah.
disrespect her, so just keep the story to yourself.
Okay.
I have
But
to.
would you?
I
I'm
have to
gonna
say
reverse
something.
that question. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I have to say something. No, I'm saying I have to say something to her, whether she can handle the truth or not is.
But
irrelevant
if
to
you
me.
know this will jeopardize your relationship,
But
you
why
will
would it
still tell her?
jeopardize it? It's
No,
being
because-
about honesty.
no,
like
no,
you just
but-
gonna say it.
To be fair, you know, some people in general struggle with the concept of honesty. Receiving it, I mean, they say they want that, but you know, the truth isn't always wrapped up in what they want it to be, so it makes it a little harder for them to handle. But my thing is, in certain scenarios, especially something like that, where I especially know I didn't do anything, and this person is being more aggressive than I'm used to, because you're saying they're vigorously pursuing you. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna say something, because it's like, God forbid, you know, that comes up and I didn't say something. So I feel the need to get out in front of it, especially when I know I didn't do anything, to make sure. And you know,
That's
she takes
good.
it how she takes it. You know, someone who's with me is used to that level of truth and honesty. So if they can't handle that, then you know, perhaps I need to reevaluate our relationship if I can't have a conversation like that.
And that brings me
point.
to something that just came to mind. When we're in a relationship, like in the beginning stage, we date, we get to know each other, we share stories, and after a while, you know, that dating stage or that honeymoon stage passes. These little stories, these little, like even from work, if something, you know, happened from work and you share that, that will build the bond. But
Yeah.
keep in mind, if you feel like your woman can't handle it, like Jay, you may want to evaluate, like, okay, what type of woman that I have and how do I put it? And maybe it's just the way you you tell the story.
Yeah, I
That
think
could be
you
a
should-
thing,
Yeah, I
because
think
if
there's a
you-
tone or like a way
Exactly.
to say it. Like I don't think it should be kept from your partner. I feel like then you're not being honest with your partner. Now you're hiding things, and like if you can hide this, then what are you hiding again? I don't know. I
Well,
feel like the
I wouldn't
honesty should be there.
take it to that level and is that far, but you know, because if you have a lot of things that happen, you're not gonna tell everything, but to some extent, you know, it would share a good laugh. Like,
Right.
you know, you could create bond. You know, you and your couch, you're watching TV, and it could literally be the moment you share it. You know, and something happened at TV, you'd be like, babe, something exactly like that
just
happened
to me.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
you choose to say when to
It's
have
the
it.
tone,
Like, you know,
the way.
like
Yeah.
the place and time, and you know the tone you use, because some people be obsessing about the situation. They
Yep.
smiling, they glowing. It's like,
You're like, wait, are you excited about this?
yeah, what,
Okay,
what am
so
I getting
I
at?
get what
Like,
you're saying.
right.
Like,
So
what's
that
happening
gives me
here?
a different signal. This is not like, you know, you telling me. It's like, you know, you showing off. What is this?
Yeah, like, are you
Like,
excited
you know,
you're getting
I
this?
mean, you want to go? I mean,
Right,
what's
right.
going on? So, but you know, sharing these little stories could help, you know, build, you know, a stronger bond.
Stronger. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Shizot. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Women want social media posts. Men not really about that. Women want social media posts.
Facts.
Men not really about that.
Yep.
Is it the fact that they're not really about that, or they just have an excuse for not?
It's just
But
not a
hey, I
thing.
mean,
It's not
But
a
it
thing
would be
to do.
nice. Like it would, like I would personally like. Yeah, okay. If your partner's not showing you off, but like at least here and there, like it would be nice. Don't be like hiding it.
if you're on social media, you don't post your partner at all. The only signal it's sending is that you're not in a relationship.
Well, if you're gonna let
'Cause-
social media
'cause
just
women-
give you
Well,
the
it's not that at
answer
all.
that you need in your relationship, then good luck with that.
But
No,
it's not that
it,
though.
because you're not
It's
getting
just
anything by posting.
What is
What I
social media
understand,
gonna do
when
for
post
you?
it, do you get anything by it? You just show the world this is my partner. You
I
don't
don't-
get anything.
Yeah,
The
you
world
don't
ain't
get-
gotta
It's
know.
not like it's like
Why?
You know,
It's like
it's not like people are gonna be like giving you some things that you don't get anything by it. It's simply like what, stay off. I'm in a relationship.
yeah, because some women are just they don't get it. They just don't get it.
I
I'm
think-
a private person, so I really understand that part of it. But I'm just saying.
I think context is important. I think you got to know the man, because I think generally men usually don't care about it, but you also got to see like, okay, is he the type to post a lot?
Yeah, see his pattern. Yeah.
Is he the type to post a lot, or
Yes.
is he the type who really he has social media, but he'll
But he
post
doesn't
like stuff
post.
here and there? Because I think it has to be consistent, So
Mm-hmm.
if the man is the type to post about everything,
Yep.
you
Then
know,
you're not
like
there.
for
Yep.
me, my social media is pretty active. And what did I say? When I'm in a relationship, I don't go tagging the person, but they're gonna show up on it, And for me, it's like usually like, for example, like one of the more recent relationship that I had my friends who I didn't have that conversation with text me or hit me up. Oh, is that your girl? And I say, yeah. And that's how some find out, because they see this reoccurring
often, it's
character,
like,
so
oh,
to speak,
okay.
appearing
So
on
they
my
make the
social media.
story.
But my inner circle usually already know at that point, But then there are men who have social media who don't post consistently. And they're not about to start for them, that's going out of their way
Yeah.
to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
get it now.
I think your expectations, don't just accept, okay, men just don't do this, even though a lot of men are like that. But understand that there's different levels to it where, you got to see what that man is about and see if he's consistent with that behavior.
And the type of post that he posts.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would have a problem
Okay.
if someone posts, they're constantly posting, and they don't post me. Like, seriously?
I get that.
Like,
I get
come
that.
on.
Makes sense. I'm not a poster, but I really thought
I'm
that
a poster.
That was good. But oh, drama. Yes, it is. It's a free market. Let me know your offer. I don't think that helps a woman.
What?
Who said
Who
that?
said
Who
that?
said I can't see that?
Abuna.
Is that a woman or a man?
But this is a woman. I can't say her social media name, but her name is Nancy. It's
Got
easier to say. But Carla said, I think we read that. I call BS. It definitely make you feel good because it does. But hey, we're not going back.
I don't think we're
never.
saying it doesn't. I think we're just trying to draw the difference between it doesn't do for us what it does for you guys, because it's just like that's nice. A lot of things are nice. Oh, a bird, that's nice.
It's not the same though. But okay.
My goodness,
You
Zay.
can't- that was a bad comparison. That was really not good. But hey, okay. So last statement. What do you have for the audience about this topic, and what advice could you offer to men who may or may not act like this? And how do you, what advice would you give so that way women don't get that mixed signal?
Well, these are for the men who care about that, because I think some men, it really depends on where your mind is at with that. But if you're serious, then this is what my advice is. I think you should be honest about whatever you want, because there are so many different people out in this world, so many different women out in this world. And regardless of what your experience may have been in the past, there are women who are out there who accept what you want, but you'll never get the opportunity to be accepted if you don't put yourself out there. So first you got to know what you want. You can't come into a situation without knowing that first. And then you state what you want, and then allow the women to make the decision of whether they want to get with the program or not. And if that's not for them, that's cool, because when you find that person who links up with what you want and you guys have similar interests and values, you got something special there, that you could do something with. But I think many men, sometimes because we spoke about many men have less options or less women coming towards them, they look at it from the scarcity mindset, like I got to keep and I got to hoard what I have So I gotta lie or I gotta say something that's not the entire truth, so that maybe if she starts liking me, she'll accept me then, and then I can start putting the truth out there and everything. But I think, and I understand that, I relate to that, but I want to say that if you lead with that truth first, it cuts out a lot of that in later situations. And I think when you're very intentional and you're very, and you know, there's no doubt in your woman's mind about what you want, how you feel about her, the direction of the relationship you want to go in, I feel like it solves like 80% or more of any current or future issues you may have.
Okay.
Wow.
And our next special guest, Lady Badass.
So I feel like, just to conclude everything, I feel like we should just all be honest in a relationship. I feel like once you're in a relationship and you know, like, it's been to that level, not just the honeymoon phase, and you're like really committed and you're building goals or you're building a future with each other, like just stay honest within each other. Just be loyal, and if that comes up with an encounter with another person, just share it, just to like laugh about it. But again, it's all about the tone to approach it. But yeah.
Okay. Patrick.
Yeah, I think well, guess has already said it all. But I'm just gonna wrap up as, you know, just practice honesty and integrity, you know, to any type of relationship that you're in. You know, be honest. If you know you're not serious, just let her know. So both of you guys know you're on the same page. And if you serious, as a man, you owe her the level of respect of telling her that, you know, if you guys can actually have the willingness to actually work on things, not for you to keep searching and not letting her know, do that. And that will actually put a bonus on you as a man, and she would respect you more if you can actually keep it real with her and tell her, hey, this is what's going on, and I'm out there looking. Is because something is not working in that relationship. So if you can let her know, so that would be great for you. But if you're not doing that, you don't let her know, but you're out here searching, that says a lot about your character. And I think you should try to change that, and if not, you know, talk to people that can help you overcome that. But yeah, I think that's what I got for you guys tonight.
Okay. Well, for me, I think overall, and I think it might, you know, come across as everyone else's, is that you have to be consistent in your relationship. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a poster, but if I'm with you, like, you know, like Jay said, like, you know, I'll bring you to my circle. I will talk about my girls. I mean, when we out, we're out. Like, you're gonna know. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like, and then keep on dating. I think people just stop the dating life and they focus on kids, they focus on other goals. But that dating life is how you keep in the know about your partners. Like, you know, you stay consistent, learn about them, you know, keep that interest. Mm-hmm. And then they should keep that interest too. Because when you stop being interested in your partner, stop caring about how their day goes, like, I'm not telling you to go like, you know, like, I want you to tell me A to Z, but be interested. Mm-hmm. And then they will be interested. That will keep the spark going till, like, you know, because you're not going to drift apart. Whereas, like, you know, you would be like, for example, you could have kids and you focus on that goal, and then when these kids gone to college, you don't even know who you are anymore, right. Who each other know anymore. But that dating aspect of it, and that, you know, keep on being interested in each other's life, I feel like will help your relationship, and then it would show your intentions. Mm-hmm. Always. You could stay consistent with that, and I think you will have a better relationship.
True.
Right. Agree.
That's strong.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next Sunday. And thank you to our guests for coming in. And thank you, Lady Badass and
this
Jay.
This was great.
I hope you guys enjoyed and come back.
Yes. Bring us in.
Sure. If I'm welcome, I'll come back.
You are always welcome. Just don't generalize one round. But you guys are always welcome. And thank you guys for watching. You have a wonderful week, and see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.